day 2. We are leaving Hayes and heading, we think, possibly to Arkansas. We need to confirm the harvest host that we want to stay at. And we've got to make a few other calls as well. I've got to call Grand Design about an issue that I'll talk about at a later date maybe. And I think go from there. After talking to Angela this morning, she said to not be in as big a hurry as we were to get out here, because they're not going to be where they said we thought they were going to be on Sunday. They're going to be there on Monday. So we can relax a little bit, or we can just get out there and hang out there just up the trail from them, which I'm thinking we might do, because I got some stuff figured out last night as I was trying to wind down and go to sleep. So anyway, that's our day today. That's where we're starting, at least. We're gonna pull out, go get some fuel, get some propane, because I found out one of the bottles was empty. I thought it was full, but well, anyway, we'll do that and then go from there. So that's how we're starting. Driving across Kansas, Oklahoma, and into Arkansas. It was all very green, flat, hilly land. Quite different from what we're used to at home. Nothing grand and tremendous like going through the Rocky Mountains coming into Denver, but still quite calming and overall a pleasant drive. On our way, we got a hold of the Post Winery harvest host and confirmed our ability to go stay with them that night. And so that was our destination, Post Winery in Ozark, or just outside of Ozark, Arkansas. The day went by pretty uneventfully, and as we had pushed really hard the day before, we had a shorter drive than the previous day, and we were able to get into the Post Winery at an earlier hour. This gave me the ability to go out and do a little bit of walking around their grounds after we set up. All right, so it's day 3. We head to Alabama today. However, I got up early to go for a bike ride before we take off. Gives me a chance to kind of get some exercise before we go and to be able to see this area a little bit better. It's a really nice area. I went for the hike last night, or hike, well, you just walk around the road and check out things, but today I'm gonna go for a little bit of a bike ride. Hopefully I'll be able to capture some video for you guys to see as well. Anyway, I'm gonna head out and enjoy my ride. back from my bike ride. Hopefully I was able to use some of that footage that I captured because, man, the road is pretty rough. I had the GoPro on the highest level of image stabilization though, so hopefully it stabilized out enough of the bumps and I'm able to include some of that. I was able to include some of that footage in the video here. But oh man, beautiful day today, this morning. Blue skies, just nice temperatures. It's probably going to be a pretty warm one later in the day, I imagine, but I'll tell you, this morning it's nice. I'm glad I got out and I went for a bike ride. All right, we got to get the trailer kind of prepped and ready to go, because as soon as we do the juice tasting and buy some juice, we're gonna have to hit the road. So we got about a 10-hour day of driving to get to our next place. So anyway, see you guys in a bit. All right, so we're leaving the Harvest Post Family Winery. It was a really cool experience. We ran into Joseph, the main, I guess, owner winemaker. It's a family thing, so it's not just him, but he's, I think, their main guy who runs it. Anyway, he took us for a little short tour, as much as was able to do with COVID-19 having everything shut down. And it was really interesting. He said if we were here for a little bit longer and things had been different, he'd put us to work in the vineyards, which would have been kind of fun, I think. Anyway, we're actually hauling some samples for him to the winery that we're staying at tonight. We're staying at the
Wills Creek, was it?
Well, yeah, Wills Creek, I think. I don't know. I'll check it and see. Anyway, when we told him that's what we were doing, we called him up on the phone immediately and said, "Hey, we've got some Harvest hosts here that are heading to you tonight, and you mind if I send you some samples of our juices?" And apparently they said yes, and so we're hauling those over for them. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, we've got a long day today. It looks like we've got almost 10 hours to get over. We got to get out of Arkansas. We're going to go through Mississippi and into Alabama. Good chunk of Alabama, and that'll be our day. So we'll see what our activity for the day is today as well. Here goes the drive. To take a second and talk a little bit about fuel costs for this trip, seeing as we just pulled into the fuel station. If you look at the slide that I've got here, it shows a list of all the places that we stopped for fuel on the way out. Far left column. Column next, it has the number of gallons we filled up with at that location, then their cost per gallon. And then if you look at the one that's highlighted here in red, that is the total cost that we paid for fuel at that location, and then totaled up down at the bottom. So you can see on our drive out, we paid a total of $348.80 in fuel costs. Now that's actually pretty good, especially considering that the cost per gallon that was on the pump on all of the places that we pulled into, listed on the pump, was over $2 a gallon. Now if you notice, that's not what is listed in there in the cost per gallon. And that's because we use a program that I'm going to talk about here in just a second. But just to kind of have that sink in on how good a deal this program is, look at the column highlighted in green here. This shows you how much we saved on each fill up. We saved a total at the bottom of $136.56 in fuel using this program. That gives us a total of about 61 cents per gallon savings off of what was posted on the actual pump as you filled up the fuel. The program that we use is called TSD Logistics. You may have heard about this from other RVers and YouTubers. I have to tell you, this program is amazing, and I think you can see why it's so amazing. When we saved on average 61 cents per gallon off the advertised price on the pump by using this program, you can see why I'm super thrilled about this. The way it works essentially is once you get all signed up here, which we're going to show you how to do in a second, you get a fleet card. You pull into the truck fill up section of these of the stations you go to, like the Petros and the Loves and those types of places are really where they've negotiated the discounted price. You use your fleet card to buy the fuel there, and the discount actually comes off on the back end, but it actually shows up immediately in a little mobile app that you can run to give you this information. That mobile app also gives you locations that have the discounts, and they show you what the current discount is on the actual fuel. So anyway, TSD Logistics, an amazing program. If you scroll down the page, once you get to this URL, you can see where you sign up here. You click on this little URL here that I've got highlighted. That's where you sign up for the program, and it takes you to a sign up page that looks like this. You fill in your information. It's actually free to sign up. What you do is you link your bank account, your checking account cards, and then they do EFT transfers from your checking account to pay basically for what you charged on the card. There are some things there for shipping. They give you costs. Those are for overnighting and expediting the shipping and the handling of getting the card to you. If you're not in a hurry though, you don't have to pay any of those things. I strongly recommend anybody who has a diesel take advantage of this. Whether you're an RVer or not, take advantage of this, and it will save you tons of money in your fuel costs, especially if you have places around your area that participate in the discount program. Now, one thing that I would ask is they do offer, TSD Logistics does offer a referral program. If you put in the referred by there, you just put in my name. What that does is that just gives me a little bit of a bonus. After you sign up and after you've paid $100 worth of, you bought $100 worth of fuel, they give me a kickback of a $25 credit for buying fuel. And it's basically how they are advertising and getting the word out. We found this from other RVers. We put their name in as the referring group, and they got their little kickback, and I'm glad of it because I'm happy to pass that money back up to them because it has saved me so much money. So if anybody wants to take advantage of this, we would really appreciate if you'd put my name in there so that we could get our little bit of referral kickback. But I'll tell you, even if you don't, I am super excited about this program because, as you can see, it has saved us a boatload of money. And that matters when you're driving as much as you do as an RVer. All right, back to the drive out. We arrived at our Harvest Host location, the Wills Creek Vineyards and Winery, quite late that night. We didn't get any video of us pulling in, which is probably a good thing because it was quite tight and a little bit difficult to get in, and it was dark. We woke up the next morning and you could see a beautiful view of the vineyard outside of our trailer. I took a little bit of a walk around their vineyard area, taking some video to get a view of their beautiful location.